Doctors Without Borders first encountered the problem of malnutrition in conflict zones, such as Congo.
Photojournalist Franco Pagetti and I traveled to the Democratic Republic of Congo in October 2009. We were in North Kivu province, one of the most beautiful landscapes imaginable. But as soon as you lower your gaze,
you see a population fleeing their homes, moving almost every day, every hour, hiding in the bush, all around the scattered villages, and in camps. And it's in those places where we begin to find the malnutrition.
Doctors Without Borders has been in North Kivu for at least 15 years. In order for the population to trust us, we need to be immersed in the community.
All the children that we see here are severely malnourished with complications. Oh, I'm sorry. We have 35 beds here, and it's always full. Can I say it breaks my heart a little bit? Because all around us we can see that the soil here is incredibly fertile. Plants sprout within a couple of days and grow far faster than I've ever seen before. So it feels a little bit like the malnutrition that shouldn't be if the fighting and the insecurity would just stop.
The war in Congo, especially when it started in '98, was labeled as the African World War. There are many active armed groups in the Kivus, and these groups need to feed their soldiers. So whenever they need supplies, they raid villages. People are forced to flee, to leave their cultivation fields behind, and then they cultivate the cassava. It grows fast, it grows easily in any kind of land, but cassava has no nutritional value. So that's when the malnutrition will kick again. That's the paradox of Congo. There is enough food, yet there are malnourished children existing in the same environment.
This brings us to Bahati, born in a displaced persons camp, whose father was a farmer. He would have been born on a farm. But war came to the village where Bahati's mother, Zaninka, and her family were living. Immediately after, she fled with her young child into the forest. She was 8 months pregnant at the time, and ultimately made her way to a displaced persons camp, where 6 weeks later she had Bahati. At 12 months old, he was weighing only what a healthy 3 or 4 month old baby should weigh. Bahati was probably the loudest child in the clinic, which can be both a distressing signal but also a positive one. If a child is crying that loudly, it suggests that there's fight in him. Dr. Pavitra Natarajan, she goes by Pav. She was Bahati's doctor.
When he came to us, he was coughing, he had diarrhea, he was vomiting as well, with a complaint of fever. He came in with a weight of 5.4 kilograms, had a slight dip initially, but then after that did gain weight quite nicely. I mean, you can see that the day before yesterday, he actually gained, 400 grams. Jambo mama! Habari ama toto? On balance, I think he's doing pretty well. We're encouraged. As I say, he's interested in his food, picking out the food himself, and it's really nice to see. I wish more of our patients had that extensive appetite. Courage!
Bahati is not unique. His story is one of thousands. And as sick as Bahati was, there are cases that are even more complicated.
I mean, for every success story, we equally have children like Vicky who just fail to respond despite the treatments that we're giving. You can get a lot of cutaneous lesions. The purple colour is gentian violet that we use to treat it. It always breaks me, that look that they have, that staring disinterest. Even if you sort of try and play with them, there's no interaction, really. It's not how a 20-month-old should be.
Poverty, lack of access to food and health care, all underpin malnutrition in North Kivu. And the war, often referred to as a forgotten war, only makes the situation that much worse. While malnutrition is being treated in some areas, as long as the fighting continues, confronting all its root causes will remain elusive.